Have the time to reanalyze just what was the problem. Yes, we start making very positive.
Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago. All praises due to the Almighty Creator. We thank Him for life. We thank Him for this new day. We thank Him for calypso, kaiso, rapso, every form, right? Every form of the gem, the gem that is our expressions of culture. We thank Him immensely, and we recognize the value of our expressions, our cultural expressions, in the creation of our being and our culture, the education of our youth and our old, right? We continually learning. Even if we think we stop learning, still the effects of our socialization, the effects of the information and cultural expressions around us continually shape us. Do not be fooled. If you take control of the way that you think and your mind space, then you would determine how you think and therefore how you act. But if you don't, other things will. Other factors, other programming, other inputs that are constantly around us. We can imagine it like in our airspace, constantly have all kind of sound, vibration, different things passing. Not all that we consciously pay attention to. So we have to be aware and understand that we are, as beings, constantly subjected to our environment, right? To use a wider word. But I'm speaking about input, about what we see. We subjected to what we hear. We subjected to those external forces, right? So we have to be protective and mindful of ourselves. Listening to some of our brothers and sisters in Jamaica, of course, we also extend our concern and our love to the people of Cuba and Haiti, who also had some effects from Hurricane Melissa, right? And a Jamaican woman is saying this morning, all that matters this morning is life, right? We lost things, there's destruction, our homes, our little shops, whatever, etc. But for everybody, all that matters is life. And once you have life, you have that opportunity. Put a positive attitude behind that life force and drive yourself forward. Work, make effort, speak with positivity and with that understanding that you are blessed, right? So a number of people did not survive the hurricane. I think the count so far in Jamaica is 19, and that's sad, and we extend our condolences to the families, and we extend our sympathy to the people of Jamaica. Of course, we've seen the response from obviously our government, first of all, but also from well-wishers as well, from charitable people across Trinidad and Tobago who have also decided to make that effort, and we want to thank them. And also, whatever we can do, let's make that effort to help in whatever way we can, because the devastation is tremendous, is notable, the amount of destruction that that took place. They, you know, I'm remembering the lady's words, and she's saying she don't know who put them in the script of a movie because she never see this kind of thing in real life. That's how unbelievable the damage and the destruction and the strength of the hurricane was. So she explains it as though it's not real. She makes the parallel of a movie, you know, but unfortunately, you know, and she's able to express herself so well. Who put them in the script of the movie? You know, and of course, giving thanks for life. So we haven't heard anything negative pertaining to our students and other nationals abroad in Jamaica, and we are grateful. We give thanks that so far it seems as though none of them were damaged or anything worse than that. So we are also grateful for that. Let us continue to do what we can to assist. Let us understand that it is a blessing not to be in that difficult position, and therefore with that blessing comes the responsibility to care, to help, to at least feel, right? And we are a loving people. We are people who have consistently been there for our brothers and sisters, despite the little conversations taking place at this point in time with CARICOM, etc., and differences of opinion on labels for the region. We are one Caribbean as well. We are one Caribbean, interconnected, moving up and down these islands almost as consistently as as those before us. I was about to say as our ancestors, but not directly our ancestors, but the first people of these lands, up and down through the islands, and let us continue, despite whatever little differences we may have at times, to show that love. All right, so we take this short break, right? Just a short break for the ads, and then we'll be right back to get into it. Blessings and stay locked on.
Tune in to the Street 919 FM for Gospel in the Bone Ministry every Sunday from 7:05 a.m. to 8:55 a.m. for the program God's Last Warning Message. Hosea chapter 4 says, "Hear the word of the Lord, ye children of Israel. For the Lord hath a controversy with the inhabitants of the land, because there is no truth, nor mercy, nor knowledge of God in the land. By swearing and lying and killing and stealing and committing adultery, they break out, and blood toucheth blood." Remember, every Sunday from 7:05 a.m. to 8:55 a.m. for the program God's Last Warning Message with Gospel in the Bones Ministry, right here on the Street 919 FM.
Are you searching for answers to life's questions? Those things that disturb and concern you the most? Why all the wickedness? Why the suffering in the world? Will it end? Who is responsible? Well, if so, join us right here on The Street 91.9 FM every Sunday from 5 to 6 p.m. with Brother Samuel Gooding and Roland White, where we open the Bible and find answers to all these things and more. For it is written, man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of God.
What are you doing? Big D, big fun, big TMC, so we big on the ground. We big the nation, cause they don't know we were the crown. Say what you want, KFC, so we lead in front. We are big nation, TNT and KFC, one motion.
Come to KFC, let we all have fun, and let we join together because KFC is life. It's a big deal.
Say what you want, KFC, so we lead in front. We are big nation, TNT and KFC, one motion.
The presence of oxygen is absolutely the absence of disease. Most chronic diseases that plague us are not happening to us, but is happening within us. We're literally eating ourselves to death, which means we're not living longer, we're dying longer. Join fitness expert Aloy Johnson, the founder of the healthiest corner on earth, located at number 92 East Drive, Chamfleur, every Wednesday from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. live on The Street 919 FM, where he shows you that healing the body's temple is easier than anyone would have led you to believe.
The Gap Man Limited specializes in products that cater to all your health needs. The Male Enhancement Package targets the areas of the body that contribute to erectile dysfunction. The Male Enhancement costs $1,400. The Gap pills are priced at 250 pills for $500 and 500 pills for just $900. For the best in eye care, get the super combination of a Super Bright and the Body Healer. To improve the heart's function and circulation, get the Gap pills and Formula C. To get a total body cleanse daily, use the Gap Body Healer and Big C, all for a super low price of $1,300. To order your products from the Gap Man Limited, call 628-4531 for products that cater to all your health needs.
For more info, contact 476-7268.
Blessings in the wonderful name of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. You are invited to listen to the Final Hour broadcast heard every Monday
from 11 p.m. to 5 a.m. in the morning on the Street 919 FM.
Hear my mom, Pastor Helen Garcia, and myself, Pastor Valentine Garcia Jr., preach the Word of God to the elderly, youth, and children. We can be contacted at 629-0113 or 623-8444. The church is located at 26 Prince Street in Port of Spain. We look forward to you joining us. God bless you.
As my life I lay it on the altar, as my life.
Hi there, I'm Lester Suglal, inviting you to join me on the first, second, and third Saturday, 8:30 p.m. to 11 p.m. for the program Slow Gospel Music, and on the fourth and fifth Saturday from 8:30 p.m. for an extended version of Slow Gospel Music on Street 91.9 FM.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
Merry Christmas.
Starting November 1st, we kick off the Parang and Christmas season right here. Ready to hear your song? Email us your request at street919music@gmail.com with your contact number, and you will get to shout out your music on the air.
The Embassy Yacht is back and ready to transform your events into unforgettable experiences. Launched from Kings Wharf, San Fernando, the perfect starting point for an epic experience of luxury, music, and celebration on the open water. By booking our vessel, your event will include a house DJ, state-of-the-art sound system, fully stocked bar, dedicated cleaning crew, top-notch security. This isn't just a venue, it's a floating masterpiece designed to make your event the talk of the town. Imagine your guests dancing under the stars, drinks in hand, with breathtaking views of the coastline as your backdrop. From birthdays to corporate events to exclusive parties, the Embassy Yacht offers promoters a unique platform to create unforgettable memories and boost your brand's reputation. Call or WhatsApp 399-5959 or email embassycruises@gmail.com.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
And we are back. Good morning again, Trinidad and Tobago, and by extension, those all over the world who are listening. Those tuned on IWER TV, those on YouTube, on Facebook as well. We are happy to have you all with us. Good morning, caller. Welcome. Hey, morning.
We thank God for life. Everybody this morning should be thanking God for life. And we can make it. We can make it if we try. Just a little harder. If we give me one more chance, life will be much better. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Kaiso, right? And Mom able to put it in her own version almost as splendidly as Black Stallion, right? Blessings to everyone, and to Mother especially. We appreciate you when you come in, and we appreciate all of our callers, of course. Let's get right into the news. So you all see the ship come and it gone, eh? I don't know where it gone to. It gone somewhere else. Destroyers, I can't say, I wouldn't say to destroy alone, but to intimidate, etc., to defend, but to destroy. Gone somewhere. Might do as well to know where it gone to, but it came and it left. And the anxiety that some Trinbagonians have faced might ease a little bit, at least in specific reference to that ship, right? But of course, another is supposedly coming as well. Not supposedly, they say it on the way, this time an aircraft carrier. And I saw some interesting comments from the Chinese as well. One of their officials stating, you know, that Latin America is not anybody's backyard, and their sovereignty, people's sovereignty, should be respected. And that includes the right to choose who you want to deal with. I always remember Mandela's remarks as well regarding his association with the Palestinians and their liberation organizations as well. When people try to tell him who he should associate with, you know, very, very close friend of the leader, Muammar Gaddafi, you know, he would have dismissed people and said, you know, all they can't tell me as a leader of a sovereign country who I should associate with. Morning, brother. Welcome.
Hey, good morning, my brother. How are you, sir?
Yeah, man, I'm good. Not too bad. And you?
Yeah, man, blessings, man. The grace of God. Bless of what, you don't think this time Mr. Granny get any boy?
Emmy ain't? Just talent, boy. Just, you know, some people are gifted, and I know some like that.
Yeah.
She's one who obviously is gifted, but she probably had a full life in some type of entertainment or choir or something as well, because she has real skill.
I look forward to hearing Granny in the morning, man. She have a beautiful voice.
Yeah, I agree, 100%. You
Yes,
not so
short on the
you not so much. Your voice isn't so good, but but go ahead.
Like, you hit me real hard.
But go ahead.
All right. It's just a short contribution this morning concerning I saw Mr. Maduro address his country, and more or less most of the things that he would have said, it was based on Trinidad and Tobago, and he mentioned we are brothers, and and let's unite and this sort of thing. So he spoke a lot. Most of the things that he spoke about was about us working together, right? Seeing ourselves as neighbors, as the case may be. And I appreciated that speech. However, later on now, in the night now, I'm seeing a live now with Mr. Philip Alexander. I don't know if the muzzle dropped off or if he literally took it off. But here is Mr. With all this peace talk Mr. Maduro is talking and all this togetherness and unity he is talking. Here comes Mr. Philip Alexander. We are not afraid of Mr. Maduro and his gang. Right? He ain't afraid of this and his gang. And most of the women, the Venezuelan women that came across here are in prostitutes. Mr. Fuad, listen. If we are on a road of,
I didn't listen to that one. I didn't.
Yeah, he did a lie. He did a lie, and he was very disrespectful as usual. So now that things look like it's clearing up and ship leaving and this kind of thing, and we seeing the rainbow then, so to speak. So you come now with this kind of gangster talk and thing and all this thing. Not every Venezuelan that come here, some of them come here and work very hard, men as well as the women. So you cannot be painting everybody, especially the women, with the same paintbrush. I find he was very disrespectful. At a time when I felt very peaceful hearing Mr. Maduro talk, all that, coming together and talk. And then to hear Mr. Alexander talk with that kind of rhetoric talk, the same nonsense he accustomed talking, it was very, very, very disrespectful. I wait to see if Mrs. Kamala Bissessa will do anything or say anything based on what you have said. There's a time for coming together and supporting each other and stuff like that. It's not a time to be talking division and them kind of thing, which he was speaking on his life. He addressed Mr. Maduro as Mr. Maduro and his gang. Very distasteful. Yeah. Have a blessed day, Mr. Ford.
All right, you as well. I haven't seen it, so I don't want to comment too much on that. But of course, we've been trying as well to ask for more responsibility in the way that we speak about the issues as well. We are too close, too interconnected to disrespect each other, you know, and we should always put that understanding in our minds when we address situations of how close our proximity is, how intertwined our people are. And the fact that the best situation is a situation of mutual cooperation and peace, as the leader of China would have stated to Mr. Trump as well. Shared prosperity, working together. That's the best result that we can get. That is the best position to take. Unfortunately, as a result of their conversations and negotiations, there has been a decrease in tensions between China and the United States, and obviously in particular their representatives. And as a result, tariffs have been reduced on China, and as a result, there are arrangements pertaining to rare earths that will now be supplied once more to the United States from China, and also, you know, all the other aspects of their communication. And there has been a promise, of course, for further communication. Imagine how important this part is. Soybeans, right? The purchase of soybeans from farmers in your country. That's the importance and how big of an issue it is because of how much money, how much revenue can be brought in or is brought in this instance, from agricultural produce. right? Is such an immense issue that literally the two heads of state of the two largest countries in the world, biggest economies in the world, discussed that issue, and they were able to reach to some easing of tensions and a commitment to repurchase or to continue or to start back purchasing, because China had stopped, given the actions of Mr. Trump in retaliation. No, for us, for the people of the world, we do not recognize benefit from these conflicts, economic, or far more the literal physical conflicts, military conflicts that may take place. We all collectively lose, right? We lose because it is the average man who has to go out there and put his life on the line and lose his life, our children, our young men, and now young women in certain armies as well. And then there's the destruction that takes place. And then obviously there's the disruption of a social order. At that point in time, there is no regular educational program that can be followed sometimes. So you lose time, you lose your children's innocence as well, but that period of education that they should be going through, so much is lost. And we must be aware of that. So the statements of the Chinese in encouraging Mr. Trump and others to lean on the side of development and productivity and assistance to those places that you want to consider close to you. I don't want to use the word neighbors, because neighbors don't treat neighbors as though they are your lord and boss or whatever. Neighbors act with a level of mutual respect, which is important. Good morning, Mr. West. Welcome.
Good morning, Mr. Fuad.
Hey, morning to you.
I think you struck a good tone this morning again, positive, in terms of diplomacy, in terms of resolving international relations issues. And I always like to, because that's the way I've been trained in terms of thinking and trying to understand issues in terms of how you define diplomacy. So I would usually start there, in the sense that according to some authors, they said that it is the the management of international relations, right, by way of negotiation. And when you have conflict, how you resolve conflict? Through diplomacy, but it means by way of negotiation. You have to sit down. So where conflict existed, as you rightly said, between Russia with China and America, Trump met with Xi, and they sat down and they discussed and they sought to resolve the issues. Some say that it is also the method by which relations between states are adjusted. So it means that if you have bad relations, you want to change that relationship, you need to sit down and negotiate. That's one of the tools that you use. So I always like to start there or manage. So you will always have conflict. We live in a social milieu, and therefore we don't agree on everything. But how we resolve it is by dialogue. Is by sitting down and negotiating. Sometimes businesses and governments may have to resort to arbitration. They may use mediation. They may use good offices. And sometimes they may have to go to court at the national level. For example, if you have problems within this country, we use the national law or domestic or what they call municipal law to resolve our issues. If it is an issue between countries, we go, most likely we use arbitration, we use mediation, we use all these dialogue and all these different things. You'll use your ambassador and you may use your envoy. But the fact really, probably you may end up before the International Court of Justice or some other international tribunal to resolve the issue. But the key here is that how you resolve it, because force is a last resort. You explore or you exhaust all these tools, those methods, before you resort to war. And that is consistent with the United Nations idea or ideal as regards the use of force and all that kind of thing between nations, right? Even if they do not enforce, only the Security Council can in fact enforce that. But they do that through peacekeeping and all that kind of thing, how they enforce it. So it's critical that people get an understanding of these issues, get the definition, get what it means. You do the reference to them. And I think it's a learning exercise. And I thank you again for bringing this to the fore and probably enlightening me with respect to those matters. One thing I want to talk about before I go, the question of the Trinidad and Tobago, because it is touted quite a lot, and the law of the sea. And the question of when people talk about international or high seas, international waters, they mean the high seas. And you have ships and whatnot, warships that can in fact traverse the high seas, right? Once they have, and then the flags, you look at the flag state, the flag that it carries and all that kind. But in fact, they cannot enter, or they should not enter your territorial waters or the territorial sea, because you start from, I think it's 24 nautical miles from the baseline or the shoreline or whatever it is, and then you have what you call the internal waters, such as your canals, your rivers, and all that kind of thing, right? All that comprise your territorial boundary, and your territorial boundary also extends to the airspace. So people need to understand the whole question of jurisdiction and all these different things to bring a common understanding. I don't want to go too long into that, right? But all I want to say is that we might have done far better if persons in the IR department at UE and all this would have read it, because you have things like O-level text that the ordinary man could read and understand what probably little international politics, which would include things like the international relations, international politics, and international law and all these different things. So that is where I want to start. But the fact remains is that to better be able to discuss those matters or converse on these matters, you need to have a basic understanding of it. Otherwise, you're just rah-rahing all over the place. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. West. So, some interesting agreements coming out of China and United States meeting. We haven't heard about Venezuela, but I could assure you all that Venezuela was discussed. And of course, I quoted from another Chinese representative speaking about Latin America and the involvement of the United States in those sovereign countries as well, which they would oppose. But there are other commentators who are saying, they want to wait to see what is actually going to be put on paper, when pen is put to paper for some of these deals and the actualization of what has been spoken about. You also see that Trump was mentioning and alluding to the problem of raw materials for fentanyl coming from China into the United States, and him asking the Chinese authorities to put greater emphasis on assisting in curbing that issue. Of course, we know that America has somewhat of a drug epidemic problem at this point in time, and of course they have a responsibility to do what they can beyond just the supply, because it seems as though they are constantly putting emphasis on preventing a supply of these drugs, etc. But you also have to deal with consumption as well. And I wish the American people as well. You know, me, I ain't really so inclined towards the administrations of the United States and those, right, people, they say elected, but selected aristocracy, and who have their personal agendas as well, that sometimes have very little to do with the people of the United States, in my opinion. That's my respectful opinion. But for the people of the United States, and there are good people everywhere, you know, I wish them the best in dealing with that issue that they have, that problem that plagues some cities and plagues in general their society, right? So interesting developments we are looking on. It's a good development for some mutual cooling of tensions between China and the United States, and it will have an impact on what takes place even in our region. That is how interconnected the world is, and that is how much globalization has taken place. But not only globalization, but that is how much the effect of these greater nations with economic and military and other strength affect smaller nations as well. Morning, brother, welcome. Yeah, you cut off one time, man. I know what happened there. I was about to call you. I was about to say morning, little chump, you know, but I eased you up this morning. So those issues continue to play themselves out, and we hope that more cooling of the issue will come, and tensions, so that we can benefit from that. You're back in?
Yes, my brother.
All right. Yeah, man. Lock and load. Go ahead. Welcome.
Let's say good to be in the land of the living. It's Friday. There's Halloween in America. And it's good to be back on this program once again, the number one program.
If it's Halloween in America, does that mean you're celebrating Halloween too?
Well, what's up Halloween already?
You're in your costume already?
I watched the Halloween at the White House last night. See the beautiful first Russia American lady giving the chair and trick or treat, and the world president Donald J. Trump giving them children candies. Yeah. And it was so nice to see the children collecting the candies with the costume, all kind of costume on. And I must say, it's the first time I hear it, I feel like China. Like China?
If I like China, I like equality and justice. That's what I like.
I feel like China.
I like balance.
I feel like China because I find it this morning, for the past 2 weeks, it was a little soft on the peacemaker, Donald Trump. So I must give her kudos. I think Kamala might be responding there. The Prime Minister is responding there. Well, I hope not, because I am seeing, and the fact remains that China, America is one. It's the two leading economy in the world, and the president of China is friends with Donald Trump, with the president of America, and as we say when they meet each other, they're good friends. And when he was elected today, November the 5th, the president called him about 3 times before they meet. They talk on the phone 3 times before they meet. So people, they feel it was a bad blood, but no, it was not bad blood. It was trade war. It was trade war. Trump wanted some things in America, and China wanted some things. So they come to agreement.
Were you telling me Xi and Trump is friends? You feel so?
Yeah, they're friends. Yeah, they're friends.
All right. If you think so, you feel Trump. You feel Trump are friends, and Elon Musk was Trump friend.
He's still Trump friend.
Serious?
Yes, he's still friend. So you don't know they you come back together, back as strong as ever. Yeah, but same thing. North Korea, John Kim Lee or Lu, whatever his name is, and Trump is friend, and is going to meet very soon. They're going to meet very soon. The people, the American people or the president did not want to meet, Trump wanted to meet them. Because in the last 4 years, Biden never meet Russia, and he should have met the president of Russia to try to face-to-face talk, to try to calm down war in Ukraine. In the last 4 years, nobody was attacking Russia. So it was just like Russia doing what they want. And Trump, from Trump's first term, it's the first time American president ever went to the North Korea borders with John Kim Lee holding hands, shaking hands. I know he could speak English. Because he went to English school. All of them went English. All of them leave from China and go England and go big university school, Harvard school and thing in America. John Kim Lee right now, his children going to school in America. His children could speak proper English. No doubt about it. The president of China, he could speak English. No doubt about it. Don't be fooled. So they are all friends, and sometimes friends as well. Sometimes friends disagree. But as a follower somebody, you will understand them. Like I'm a follower. I'm a fan. I'm a fan of his policy, so I will understand as I told you and better before, I follow all Trump children, his wife. So I will know. I will have an idea. I will know of the behaving, of the acting, of the things. So I will be, because you have to know. So I want to come back to because today is the debate of the SOE. I think that I do not approve the SOE. Everybody know that. I do not approve it. I think that the SOE should be out of it. But I want to hear what the opposition is coming to say. What is the argument? Because the opposition must bring the facts to the table, meaning that asking the government, give us the facts. In the last 3 months, what crime, what evidence that we have, proper evidence to hold someone. What this SOE is about. You must come strong today as an opposition leader. Don't go for the bacchanal and the Dempsey and the CC and EC and CC and means and everybody and say, great out shit. What? Because up to now, every 3 months, I believe, after the SOE expire, the commissioner of this country, the Punisher commissioner should come to this country and give the country a report how the SOE run, how much people they lock up, how much people they have proper evidence to cry to the court and to jail them. And so we want the facts. To me, there's nothing on the table to show me that SOE work. It isn't working. To me, from ever since the last 9 years, the SOE isn't working. So the SOE isn't working. I don't agree with my government going back to Parliament to ask for extension. I believe it's only for them to look good of the crime. That's my point of view. If I against something, and I against that SOE. I think that SOE, it is not working. And I do not know who advising the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago to bring back this SOE. The public mad about it. But that's how we supporters, you might say, all right, but the public, 80% of the public disapprove of this SOE. It is not working. And if that is the only crime plan they have, well, every year we will come to the SOE. For the next 5 years, we go have SOE every 3 months, every 6 months, every 3 months. So again, I know it will pass. I know that the government will get the extension, but my focus is to see today is how strong the opposition is how strong they're bringing the case about, because I know that against the SOE now, there was for it before when Rowdy was in power. So I want to believe that the government, the opposition do the research. I need to see. My brother, I think that the world is on peace. I think that the world will be in a better place very soon. To Gaza, to America, to Israel, to Russia, to Ukraine, to China. I believe the world will be at peace. We didn't see that third war at all. I believe that no leaders in the world, Prime Minister, President, want this third war, because it will be a disaster. It will mash up everybody. The world will be vanished because the kind of nuclear bomb they have. It's not easy for Russia or China or America or India or Pakistan to launch one nuclear weapon. It will be good for the world. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you very much. So, like Kingsley is saying, on the domestic front, there's this debate today for the extension of the SOE, and there are mixed opinions about it. Good morning, caller. Welcome.
Oh, yes, good morning, Mr. Imam Fuad Abubakar.
Yeah, man. Morning, Prezi. Welcome.
Yes, good morning, Trinidad and Tobago. Good morning, God. It is a nice looking day. It looked to me as seeing some cloud, the darkest up by my side.
Yeah, it's a little overcast today.
Yeah, that's up in the Honolulu area in Santa Cruz. All that area. It's looking kind of little darkish. I know the king gonna come to shoot, but yeah, we pray that it don't come because I ain't really want it.
Well, it dark all the way in Port Spain, Prezi. But I mind the rain. I don't mind some rain too.
Well, you are mind the rain. I have a thing to do in the hot sun. Anyway, nice program you're doing this morning, hearing about the Chinese and how it's going on across over there, because it's a good investment in that situation. Why? Because, I mean, we African, we black people, I know some people last night, they ain't like to hear the word African. They were like black and white, you know what they're dividing people so forth. But anyway, we African people in the diaspora, we must understand Ibrahim Toure here in this era, this dispensation. That link of Russia and China with Ibrahim Toure, we must make a concerted effort to keep our mind on Ibrahim Toure as African people. His venture in the existence today is creating change. We may not be seeing it lightly, but it is creating change, because as long as they don't kill him, his progress for the diaspora, his progress within the diaspora will show effect. Now, Russia and America, with the strain with Ukraine, and where they're not getting the resources they need, and they have to divert to such as Venezuela to get it. What's the situation? Well, look at the complexity of it. And in so doing, you will really realize the power of African people in the diaspora today, that we must rise up. We must take a stand and recognize and follow the principles of Ibrahim Toure, so that we can get a hold on our dignity and destiny in this existence. If we don't, then we will be staying in the wallow of watching the 7 nations that come to be about 9 now. And if they give me a chance, I put in 10, because I put in Africa now with Ibrahim Toure. And this is the idea, looking to see if it is that I really seen. Because the world ain't just changing by raps. it's changing by a conscious thought that's happening. And as you say earlier, let us watch and see. So we will watch and see what Venezuela doing, and I'm glad to hear that in some instance I think I hear Maduro saying nice words, while as it have a operative there as a police operative who saying some funny words. So you listen to that and hear what that is about.
Yeah.
We have a mister from a long time ago in his young days. I know his mouth kind of have a little rubble in it. He get power, he get place. Let us watch him. Don't vex at him too much. But let me guide him because he very ambitious. So we will, and I like ambition. So let us watch him. So let us watch the world of it going, and let us watch him Tory and keep our mind. That is my verdict. Or for today, I'm an analyzation that we do.
Yeah.
And I will say thank you. You don't go too far, but let's have a piece of lecture to put on. I say thank you to everyone this morning.
Yeah, man. Thank you very much, Prezi.
Okay.
Yeah. Blessings. And we have to watch very carefully what is taking place. We have to gauge our position as well. And we have to work towards building Trinidad and Tobago and making it more sustainable. Like I said, I drew the example also of how important soybean production to America is, and also the sale of that product. So the president of their country, as a major diplomatic issue, as a major point of contention, is the purchase of that soybean from farmers. That's how essential agriculture can be to your economy. Trade, the trade wars and the tariffs, etc., that are taking place surround the production of raw materials and also processed materials, etc., and their trade and sale to other countries around the space. So we as well, we have to plant, we have to create, we have to process, and we have to trade in a greater way. Good morning, brother. Welcome.
Well, I be factual. What are we going to trade? In this budget that left here, the government gave me no direction in where that dream that you're talking about. I see no direction from this budget to tell me how we're going on. To generate revenue, this is what we're going to do. The only form of revenue I saw from this administration was 100% tariff on everything that is imported, VAT on cigarettes and alcohol that is imported. They could spin it how they want. Property tax, they could call it what they want. It has now be a tax that hits the most vulnerable in our society, which are those are the renters and business places. On top of that, electricity has gone up for IWER to run the AC and we use it only. So the man with the big supermarket who has to have AC and a cold storage, his electricity bill is going up. He's not going to absorb that cost. Depends on how much it has gone up. Most likely he's going to pass that on. So the only generated revenue, unlike the conversation Trump had yesterday, as you're talking about with the Chinese president. You know why? Because when Trump hit China the 51 or 57% tariff, China said, no problem, I ain't buying nothing, especially from the states that support Trump. So soybean was one of the main production of some of those states. That, none. Then fellas had a complaint. Then, on top of that, he said, yeah, what's going on? I not exporting none of my materials to make all them things, chips and whatnot. China is the largest producer and has the most. So I ain't sending none. Right? Things in America start to go up. Chips manufacturers, car manufacturers slow down. Production slow down by just that one move. You have to go and have a talk. And you know what? He dropped the tariff by 10%, so it's going down to either 41 or 47%. And China say, well, never go on. And we go look at it over the year, 1 year, and we go kind of increase the soybean purchase, depending on how you deal with me. So here we're going on. It look like they try to close down Huawei, so not to sell no chips to China, to slow down China's AI production. Huawei come up with their own chip. So here we're going on. It look like when they ask him at the end of the meeting, in the interview, so you think you're going to be able to sell them the chips on them again? He said, well, I know anything is possible.
Yeah.
Trinidad now in no way, our Prime Minister, in no way, nothing of those conversations. After that budget, I hear nothing to carry me in no direction, no way. All they tell me, we're going on. It's time that the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago start absorbing some of the things that are going on here and understand the responsibility. I've been saying that for nobody tell them, no, you're entitled of this and the government is supposed to give you that. And now the same government telling you, not tighten your belt no more. Accept your responsibility as a patriot of Trinidad and Tobago and understand the position that we find ourselves in. And tighten your belts. Enjoy your morning.
Yeah, no. That PNM language, tighten your belt. Right? So I have never heard our Prime Minister or anyone in cabinet say tighten your belt. Go ahead, brother. Morning.
Morning, brother. Morning to your listeners. Nasavataria, you know, they're very, very, very unfair. For you to quote surcharge on landlords' property tax.
Yeah.
It really and I don't have to deal with Kingsley and Kunji and KFC yesterday. Only you come on that rubbish this morning.
I don't take it on too much. I was about to interject to correct it, but people know better. People could pick nonsense and understand.
Again, once more for him, right? The charge introduced is not a charge for everybody. It is for a charge for persons who are making an income off of renting their properties, right? If you're not renting your property, there is no tax to pay. The next thing is the taxes draft. The suggested taxes draft in such a way that if your landlord wants to increase your rent or pass on anything to you, he will have to pay a higher charge. So he have the option of, if he wants to pay more to the government, right, and he don't care about his tenants, and the tenants also have the option of, hey, time to look for somebody who have a little empathy to collect my money. Because if you just don't care and you don't want to pay no taxes while you're collecting money, income on your rental property, then it says a lot about you.
Yeah.
You understand? And it is not no thing that will dig out your eye.
Yeah, and we could distinguish clearly as well. You had a property tax for the homeowners, all homeowners across the board, right? And they leave off commercial. You understand? Those same 1% business people, Imbert and them, who's big property owner, Faris and them, they leave off property tax for them, but they put it on the plain and simple homeowner. I mean, man, chalk and cheese. You bothering with Bartaria with that? Boy, don't study that now, man.
It ain't easy, boy. It ain't easy. I don't know. Bartaria, oh gosh, boy, is so much love for party, right through it, something all here.
After first time them, thief out the money, clear as day, enrich themselves, all of them, recusal after recusal, high, big and small, even the small fries like Kareem and them who come in, contract, house, all kind of I would be shamed, like personally, if I get into administration and I work in, I would be shamed to go and take a house myself, a AGC house. I don't work, you know what I mean? Supposedly as a lawyer, supposedly as a MP collecting how much, I could be ashamed to go and take a low income subsidized home on my name for myself. High and low the thiefing. But thief can't tell thief nothing. They can't tell Foster nothing because all of them enrich themselves. And telling us tighten your belt is not UNC talk. Tighten your belt is PNM continual rhetoric for 10 years. Don't come here with that barataria. Don't come here with that. And you know better. And now you're left with, you're left with crumbs. You're left with an economy in tatters, and you're left with revenue that is tremendously challenging. And still, Mr. Tanko and others struggle to try to do something that makes sense and still ain't too hard on the people.
Not just that, Fuad. The MPs on the PNM side who so care about vulnerable people, poor people, this and that and the other. They wasn't trying to pass something, or they had a clause in something that was well defended by Donna Cox, or she tried to defend it, about $25,000 in your account will disqualify you from receiving this government grant.
Yeah.
They were not the same people who sat while Imbert decimated the buying power of the people in the country, laugh in the faces of everyone. They didn't care at that time. They didn't care about the people. The same people you're calling to march with you. All they didn't lock up the square and leave them outside. I don't know advice.
Yeah.
Kind of level.
I don't. So me, I don't really take them on too much, you know. I mean, who minds are solidly, don't matter what, down that road. I sorry for all you, but for the majority of people, we could choose.
Politicians have us in a right where they want us, I should say. Right where they want us, they have us. As long as we continue, tell her this, tell her that, tell her that, tell her their attitude. And if somebody says something about your preference, then you label them automatically the opposite. Well, I don't know when we will understand that does nothing for us more than allow the politicians to continue in the amount of rubbish that they continue to do. Trinidad not supposed to have all this litigation that we paying attorneys for.
Yeah.
Right through in a set of money to attorneys for trivial matters, and half of the parliament is lawyers.
Yeah.
Take it easy, I love you.
Yeah, blessings, brother. Yeah. I see you calling me, my brother. Welcome.
Yeah, good morning, Fuad.
Morning, blessings.
That man looking for a third party. You watch them crash that plane long time. But Fuad, hear me?
Loud and clear. Go ahead.
The government wasn't doing a alien drive, all them legal immigrants and them in the country. I would hold battery and send it back home. Because the Prime Minister called an election, and he from St. Vincent.
You're sending the man St. Vincent. All of we have ancestry from the islands, boy. What's wrong with you, boy? Why you send me, man?
Nah, you have to go back there. Them come here to be paying them until they're dead. Them looking for better opportunities, you know.
If they send in anybody, they could send Imbert. They could. I could tolerate Barataria.
Yeah, Imbert.
Send Imbert.
Well, we can't Imbert could go, but for the last 9 years, they ain't pay them say tight in your belt. When you're going for ample, they're saying you're greedy, you're double dipping. We're talking about, you remember Forest Harry? One will replace you gaining rent and time. Therefore, eat like mad.
Yeah.
What the rest, I don't know. But I only walk to arrest Bartaria and all of them old wicked PNM who come out to be PNM until they're dead. I stripping them up. Blessed.
All right, blessings, KFC. I mean, we've passed that stage, I think, and we look forward to a better future. We have challenges as well, and we want to try to meet those challenges economically with the best
Good
solution.
morning.
Yeah, pleasant good morning. Welcome.
Morning. I find KFC sometimes you don't know your place, you know. You don't know your place sometimes at all at all. He's a big man. You have small children coming up. Treat your children. You have no man and they go send your man back home. Where you from? Long time you used to be by Royal Castle eating the bone. Now you get good now, you send back the man home. Yeah, you don't know your place, boy. Look at yourself.
I ain't think he's serious. He's just joking. You know it goes with the banter on
He's serious
on the
and
air.
always calling the pain and them wicked people. Oh, here wicked. Yeah, here wicked. We used to do long time. Here wicked now. All right.
All right, thank you very much. Yeah. You know it goes on the radio sometimes with the contention sometimes. So that's part of it. And it's nothing personal. And let us not get too carried away as well. But that, all that in it, man. If somebody finds something is wicked, that is not a problem. That's expression as well. We could tolerate that. Go ahead, Mr. West. Welcome.
Yeah, sorry, thanks again. I just want to make one thing. Those people who receive the recipients of this public assistance or this old age pension grant, somebody drew it to my attention some time ago, probably about 2 or 3 years ago, and more recently. Well, that's under this regime. I hope they would have changed that. Where people, you have poor people who live in Maloney and Hocketta and all these places. People would have a little small parlor where they sell it. You have homes where you have extended family. You have homes where people depend on the pension only of probably the grandmother, the grandfather in the house. But you have high levels of unemployment. We know that the state, to put it simply, cash stop. They don't have the money to pay out in terms of the sufficient money to pay out in terms of social assistance and whatnot. But the fact remains, if people running a little parlor in an area like those areas here, they have about 15 people, and you do a main theft, and you could tell them shut down that parlor, which give them just a little additional little bits that are they have groceries. How will you could do that?
Yeah.
How could you do that? What kind of means theft you're doing? So you have on all those areas, you shut them down. So those people who operate this little parlor and little things, they have to leave where they live and take transport because you know those areas are large areas and go out in the main road to give the big grocers and them out there. You understand? To build their business. I mean, what madness is this?
Yeah.
You're just going to give somebody public assistance who have a grocery, who have a big mini-map, and they make, no, but those little people have a little parlor selling a little cigarette, selling this, and they just chipping up a little money. You would tell them that to close down their business in order to get public assistance? That's madness.
Yeah, thank you very much. We just reaching to the end of the program. And in that analysis and site visits, etc., sometimes is very onerous, and we have to move beyond that level of thinking and set up a society where you encourage the small business to subsidize whatever small grant that is given to you. You know, they put it in terms of a grant. Let us make our country more resilient economically. Let us build. We are in a difficult situation, and I agree with this little part of what Barataria is saying, although he didn't mean it that way, because they would have built a more diverse country before. Diverse in terms of revenue. We need to find new income streams, and we need to work assiduously towards that agricultural option that is available to Trinidad and Tobago, that we are blessed with the opportunity of, because we can't keep going the way we are going as well. All right, so let us continue to work. Let us enjoy our Friday. but putting that productivity first, and then relax as we come to the end of the week and enjoy our families, etc. All right, blessings to everyone. Have a wonderful day, and God willing, I'll see you all next week. Take care.
You've got bills to pay, and so do we. Let's go pay some bills on the street 919 FM.
You want to find something great to do with your Tuesday nights? You want to learn and understand the true reason for Jesus? Then join us every Tuesday night from 8 to 9 p.m. for the program, This Same Jesus, the program that puts